People often hear that Congress missed a deadline or failed to pass a budget, but the steps behind this situation are not always clear. This explanation describes, in plain language, what happens when Congress cannot pass a budget and how the federal government continues operating under existing laws. The federal budget process exists to guide how the government plans, allocates, and approves spending for each fiscal year. It provides a structured way for Congress to set overall spending levels, divide funds among agencies, and authorize programs. This system is designed to ensure that federal money is spent only when Congress has approved it. Several terms help explain this topic. A budget resolution is a plan adopted by the House and Senate that sets overall spending and revenue levels for the year. It is not a law and does not require the president's signature. Appropriations are the actual laws that provide funding for federal agencies and programs. A continuing resolution, often called a CR, is a temporary measure that keeps the government funded at existing levels when new appropriations have not been passed. A government shutdown occurs when funding expires and agencies must stop non-essential operations under the Anti-Deficiency Act. The process begins when Congress is expected to adopt a budget resolution by April 15th for the fiscal year that starts on October 1st. This resolution helps guide spending decisions, but is not required for the government to operate. If Congress does not adopt a budget resolution, it may still move forward with appropriations bills. If Congress cannot pass the 12 annual appropriations bills before the fiscal year begins, it may pass a continuing resolution to temporarily extend current funding levels. If no appropriations or continuing resolutions are enacted by the deadline, the Anti-Deficiency Act requires federal agencies to halt non-essential activities until funding is restored. Essential services tied to safety or statutory requirements continue, but many discretionary programs pause. Once Congress eventually passes appropriations or another temporary measure, agencies resume normal operations. This channel focuses on process-based explanations without opinion as part of the work of Neutral News Network. This situation does not create new laws, change constitutional powers, or allow agencies to spend money without authorization. It does not automatically alter tax policy, entitlement programs, or long-term spending commitments. It also does not resolve policy disagreements that cause the delay. The process only determines whether agencies have legal authority to operate and spend funds. In practice, delays in passing a budget can affect federal employees, government services, and public operations. Some workers may be furloughed, and certain services may pause until funding is restored. Programs that rely on annual appropriations may experience temporary disruptions. Mandatory programs, such as Social Security and Medicare, continue because they are funded by separate laws. Agencies may also face administrative challenges when operating under temporary funding, such as delays in planning or contracting. After a lapse in funding, Congress typically passes either a continuing resolution or full appropriations to restore operations. Agencies then restart paused activities and resume normal schedules. If Congress continues to face disagreements, multiple short-term funding measures may be used until a longer-term agreement is reached. If no further steps are required, the process ends once funding is enacted. This explanation described what happens when Congress cannot pass a budget, how temporary funding measures work, and what occurs during a lapse in appropriations, using only documented procedures and established rules.